Hey again, let me start in this video do an implement for our game layout. So to get started, I'll start a new project and I name it Tic Tac Toy Game. Okay, then I select the path, should be in the same path that I'm working in. So desktop, Android. So this is a different project for Android. Let me create here for Tic Tac Toy Game. Okay, this is a project for my Tic Tac Toy Game. So I'm add my Tic Tac Toe game in it, so you could access to it when you go to GitHub. Minimum SDK, let me make it 12 if you want. If you want, make it 40, 50, whatever. Yeah, 12. I'm not using a lot of things like more so complex basic layout. Then okay, waiting for some time. He will build complete project for us. Here we go. After a while, he built this project. So if I go here to my resource, then layout, I see this constraint layout. He doesn't have anything, just simple screen. So only this one. I would say I remove this one. I would use this design. I see it more easy for me to see. So what we need only 9 buttons on the screen. So what you will do, you make sure first you enable this one, make it like he will add the constraint for us. So add this one here, so he will be able to add one constraint from this side. You could change the button size. That you suppose you want the width will be 100 and the height will be 100. Okay, so I will do it in this way. You would do it in any way, but think about it. You need to just have copy and paste this button, Control C, Control V, and add it here, and you continue, Control C, Control V, and you move it here. For me, using constraint layouts, it will work, but it will not work in the same way that we wanted. So we could do it in this way. You say Control C, Control V, then move all these, select all these 3, Shift 3, then move them down. See? Yes, it will work, but it will not work in the way that I wanted. See, here is it. Hopefully this one, yes, you see, for example, this one have to be here. So it will work as I told you, but you need too many constraints and it will take a lot of time from us to add constraint here and move in every place, which is little bit tough for us to do all this complex process. I would rather instead using constraint layout, using a grid layout. So just remove all the buttons. So this one, if you go here to layout, you'll see different layout. One of them is table layout. Table layout is really easy to use. Just adding buttons in the different location in the table. You know what we mean by table. So I just want to show you what I mean by table. If I suppose this is table, so I would say, okay, I will add one button here, one here in the first row, and 3 in the second row, and 3 in the third row, and you done. That is, instead of adding too many constraints. So to change this layout from this type of layout, which is Android support constraint, to table layout, just write table. If you see, he just displayed TA, first character capital, he said table layout. Here you go, this is table layout. He just changed it to the table layout. Now let me start adding the buttons. So going here, add button here. It will, maybe he was able to show it, just taking it. Oh, this is table, but because it's table, need to have a row. So that what I mean by that. Now first we added table layout. So now I have the table. Now I need to add inside the table row. How many rows I need? I need 3 rows. So in every row I have to add 3 buttons. So I have to go to layouts and I have to go table row. Add this one, first row. See, this is first row on the table. Add the second one. See how I drag it, I drop it. Add the third one. So now I have 3 rows inside my table. What I want to have, I want now to have in every row, I want to have 3 buttons, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. So to do that, the process should be really easy. Just select first one, where is the L buttons, take it, add it, this first button. Second button, he doesn't drag the second button, drag it, the second button, this is third button. You have to continue, first, second, he doesn't take it, sometimes he doesn't take it, so you could add it again, this is third. Also this one, you could do the same thing, so this row, so on every row, we add 3 buttons. I see it's really easy, more than the one that we have it now. So now I have the layouts, I have 9 buttons, 3 rows. So now I'm no longer need this tool for drawing. You understand what we mean by drawing the buttons. So first button, if you look through it, see what we need. This is button ID 1. This is everyone have a specific ID. Just click escape, so you will go out. So now we select button 1. Let me name it BU1, so I could get it. Let me give it width 100 pt and 100 too much. Let me suppose 15 pt. Pt is the way to measure the width and height in the Android. It's the same as like pixel or whatever. You could use pixel, but pt is the better to use in Android. So you could use pixel, but pixel is not good with Android because the way that how pt work is like more I would say when you use it in Android, it will be more. It would give you more beautiful way to see the button in different devices. So I decided to have every button 50 by 50. This is button 1. I will continue. I will name it this one BU2, and I will give it 150 by 50. And this one also I will name it BU3. I will give it 50 by 50. Hopefully everything is good. Now this one BU4. I will give it 50 by 50. This one should be BU5. I will give it 50 by 50. See how is it? Then this one BU6, 50 by 50 PT. This one should be BU7. I will give it 50, 50. BU this one now BU8. Give it 50 by 50. BU9, 50 by 50. If you see, just go back to this design layouts, make it. I think it's, if you go, yes, something related to the design. He was able to show you well. Better let me keep myself on this place. But if you go here, you have to show you both. But I don't know, it's just something related to IDE errors. So yes, now I have 9 buttons. If you want to just add some padding between them, so padding left, you could do it from here if you was able to do padding. So hopefully I want to use UI always to make it easy for you. So let me see if there's any. You have to have padding, but if you see it like take too much from you to search and do, it have to be in P. So font P, yeah, take too much from me. So it's better for me to go here. See, now I have this table row, 3 rows in the table. So row first, row second, row third. See how he just organized them. So first row, which is have this button, I want to add padding to the left of it. So I say okay, Android padding for the right. Sorry, not the left. Right side. I will add like 5 pt. Hopefully he did it correctly. Padding is something internally, but we don't need to use padding. That we will see it in the next video, next section. He will talk about the space between between the inside and the outside of the button, like the text and the edge of the button. But now I want to do between one button and another, so I need to use margin right. That means between one button and another. See, when you talk about margin, that means one another. When you talk padding, that means the internal. I would use only this one. I will add this line here also. Okay, so this row. So I'm done from this row. I will go to the second row. For the first button, I will give it this way, and for the second button, I will give it this. So I'm done from. I will go to the third row. I will add right, and this one right. And yes, I almost done. Now let me see the text of the buttons. If you see all the buttons using text, different text. Let's suppose they don't have anything in the text. I want to delete everything from the text of the button. So delete the text. See, but Android text, remove it. So you will see it as a simple layout. So remove the text from here, from here, from here. Then the third row, remove it, this text, remove this text, and you're done. So basically, this is what I have. Now I want, when someone click on the button, I want to go to the layout. So going here, click view, go to BU, name it BU, click. Okay, when someone click on the button, now if I go to the text, I will select this button. I don't see any code written for this one. So if I just click here, click create, so he will create the button for me. But I want this event to be called by all the buttons. So very easy way, you say okay, just add this line to the all the button. That's mean Android on a click here, Android on a click here, added here, inside all the button tags. Make sure inside all the button tags, so when any button you click it, he will call that event. So inside any button added. So yes, now almost we have everything cool. See here I have button still doesn't remove it now. So yeah, yes, now I have 9 buttons. Now I could play the game with 9. If you see you need add padding here. If you see this button is too much in the side, there is many ways. You said okay, I have this button and it say Android margin from the left side. So let me add 2 pt. See, I just adding. If you want to add more, let me suppose 5 to be clear. Too much 5, 25. 5 maybe all works. 5 also, yeah. See, 5 is good, but I would say 3. 5 is too much for me. Yes, I will add it. This is for the first button. You could do it. The first button in the first row, first button in the second row, and the first button in the third row. So just adding padding between the side and the button, so the layout will appear like nicer. So yes, this is basically how the layout works, how I design it. Now when any of these button will be clicked, you will call the event name it BU click, which is this button. So now how I would identify one button from another. So this view will handle the button. So if I say hey button this way, BU is selected. This how I get the selected button. Just I would say it will be equal the view, whatever the person click on the view, V, this one. But this view have to be casted to button. So I would say casted to button, and I'm done. Now whatever the button will be clicked, I will whatever button like if you click button 1, so view will be button 1. If you click button 2, view will be button 2. If you click button 3, view will be button 3. Button 4, button 4. So now I get it, change it to button, I could access to it. Let me suppose, just as start point, I just set the background color. So I just set the background color of this button when he click on it. So I would use a very simple way to set background color. Just I say, for example, color for now, like color dot whatever. This is read. This is when I say color dot read, this is color from the system color dot read, whatever color dot green, any color you want. So just let me run to make sure like the layout is designed, and whenever any button be clicked, he will change the background color for that button to red. So I make sure, hey, I'm in the correct path. So waiting for some time to see the result. There we go. See, when I click it, he changed it to the red. Why? Because, you know why? Because any button, when someone click on that button, he will call this method. And now I have the button, I just changed the background for the button to the red. So now I'm just making sure that I'm totally good. So first of all, now you need to change the background to the red. And the second thing here, I need to do it, I need just give ID. I need to get the ID for the selected cell. So I would say integer cell ID. So just this one helped me to identify like which cell he selected. By default is 0, so I would do switch, okay, for the whatever from button he select. So I just say button dot get ID. I want to get the ID for the button that user selected. So I will tell you what I mean by that. I now say, hey, if he select the button 1, if you go how I now the button 1, going back to UI, the ID of button 1 is BU1. So that means if he select R dot ID dot button 1, that means he select button 1. So let me set the cell equal 1. Okay, then I do a break because I understand here he select button 1. I will do it in this way or this way will be better. This if you select button 1, select button 2, select if you select button 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I say, hey, if you select button 2, set this one to 2. If you select button 3, select this one to 3. Sorry. If you select button 4, select this one to 4. If you select button 5, set this one to 5. If you select button 6, set this one to 6. If you select button 7, set this one to 7. Select button 8, set this one to 8. If you select button 9, set this one to 9. Now finally I have the button that he select by this switch case. So whatever button he select, I will have this one. If you select button 1, cell ID will be 1. So let me just do another event like void, like this button void set like play game. Let me name it play game. Play game will take two things. Will take first thing integer cell ID, and it will take also the button the user he played. You could do it in this way. Yes, I would say take the button will be button whatever. So let me suppose for now just whatever he select I just display on the console what data he select. So I would say look dot d, the tag I will say player this way, then the data I will display this one whatever he select, because this one is integer and I need here string, so it's better to do string value of. Okay, so now this is just to make sure I receive the correct one. So also if you want to show more looks, like I want to player or name get button, I need to get the button ID. So I will say, hey, I have this button dot get text. I will get the text inside the button. Because the get text is string, so I don't need to do string dot value. I say to string whatever button text. This is just for debugging. So here we go. Now I think everything good. Just let me call this button from here. So I just say, hey, play game. I send it the ID that's selected, and I send it the button selected, which is whatever. So whatever button he selected, whatever ID, whatever button will goes here, and I will do something with them. So to show you what I want to show, let me run and go to look at, so you will see what I'm saying, and make sure set the filter here to. I have two tags. It's a little bit difficult to find it, but here you click, if you see, he just show you player ID 1 because he sent you 1, and the string nothing because I don't have anything in the string. That's right, because it's empty. If I just click this one, player ID 2, string nothing, player ID 3, make sure everything is correct. 4, 5, if you wanted just only to filter for this one only, just add this one, so you'll see only player ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This be better. Make sure this one is no filter, not you select other one. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's great. I have everything is cool. So here we done, and see you next.